I'm going to go out on a limb and say you probably don't like firing people, right? In this video, I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can do to potentially turn around a poor performer. In the meantime, if you don't know who I am, my name is Scott Miller. I'm the owner of thegrowthleague.com. And I'm making these videos and I coach restoration owners and their teams because I'm passionate about helping them to get more profitable, to reduce the chaos in the business, and to build something they can sell for a lot of money someday when they decide it's time to move on. All right, so what am I talking about? A long time ago, I was talking to a mentor of mine, and I brought up the idea of this guy on the team, a technician, who was a poor performer. And we talked through what was bugging me, and my mentor said, well, have you been clear about your expectations, right? Are you holding him accountable? Have you been up front with him? Have you told him where he's failing? And it was all no's, right? Everything he was asking me was a no. And he said, well, why not? Why haven't you talked to him about his performance? I said, I don't want to hurt his feelings. He's kind of a gentle giant, and I don't think he would take it very well. And he's a really nice guy, and I don't want to upset him. And my mentor said to me, well, what happens if he doesn't get any better? I said, well, he won't have a place on the team. I'll fire him. He said, okay, so somehow in your infinite wisdom, you think you're doing this person a favor, right, by not sharing feedback. And that was really the light bulb moment for me. So let me get into it. Number one, do you have clear expectations that are documented, right? If you don't have clear expectations that are documented and you haven't reviewed them with the person that we're talking about, I think that's the first step, right? If they don't know what you expect and it's not really clear and they can't verbalize it, give it back to you, their understanding of what it is that you expect, then I think you're not setting them up for success, right? Number two, once you've got clear expectations, are you holding them accountable? Are you meeting with them on a regular basis? Is there a scorecard, right? Gino Wickman in this book called Traction, they talk about everybody has a number, right? And I think it's really important to have 2 to 5 numbers for each team member so that they know what's expected of them and there's an objective measure. And each week, if you're using a scorecard, it's very easy for them to see if they're on track or not. Number 3, training. Training is so important, and it's ignored so often because we as owners and managers say we're too busy. The team member, they say they're too busy. But the interesting thing is, if we just took time to get properly trained, use an example of a production management platform, software for the restoration industry. I see a lot of different platforms out there, right? There's like 5, 6 that I see every day with my clients. And in so many cases, the team hasn't been trained on the platform because they don't have time. Or they say they don't have time. But think about all the time that would be saved if the platform was just used in the right way. Just one example. It doesn't have to be software, but just training in general. Are they being trained, right? Can you look yourself in the mirror and say, I've got clear documented expectations for this team member. I'm holding them accountable, and they have a scorecard so they know every week how they're doing. And number 3, I've got them the right training. Not only did I just make it available, but I held them accountable to actually get it done. Now, if you're doing those things, the team member still might fail, right? They just might not be a good fit. They might have commitment issues, right? They might have follow-through issues where no matter what you do, clear expectations, accountability, training, it's still not going to work. This person probably needs to go because it's hurting the team, it's hurting the business, and it's just not a good fit, right? So this isn't going to turn everybody around, but I think at the end of the day, if you've done these things, now you can look yourself in the mirror if you do have to let them go and say, I've done everything that I could do to help this person succeed, and for whatever reason, they've either chosen not to or they just don't have the capacity to do what we need them to do. If you need any help with this, if you just want to talk through a situation, don't hesitate. Reach out to me, Scott@thegrowthleague.com, or click the button below to book a call with me. See you in the next video.